Hi and welcome to a tutorial for this mini album for using leftover papers. Excuse me. I've had a few requests for this, so I thought I'd get it out the way because I need to get started on a few other projects. Okay, so what I've done is done the measurements for you. I've used scratch paper. If you're not sure and you're a bit funny about putting it together with like cardstock and stuff, I suggest you do use scratch paper first to make sure you get your measurements right and that you're confident in putting it together, especially for the beginners out there as well. I won't be putting designer paper or anything on mine. I'm just going to leave it plain. This tutorial is basically for you guys to get the measurements and for me to show you how to put it all together and how all the pages come together. So let's get started. First of all, for the front cover, you will need, if I can find my papers here. Okay, right, you'll need one sheet cut at 5 by 6 1/4. Now 6 1/4 is the size of your album. Okay guys, so you will need to cut this at 5 by 6 1/4, score it at 3 1/2, and then at 4 again. Okay, so well, if I had it turned around this way, so it'd be 3 1/2 and 4. Okay, so that page is actually this flip bit here. All right, then you will come into the next section of the front cover, which is this bit here. Okay, and that goes right around. All right, so this measures 11 by 6 1/4, and you'll score it at 5 1/2, which I'll turn it around this way, 5 1/2 and 6. Okay, so that was pretty easy. All right, so I'll pop that to one side. Then on the inside, I've got the pocket here. You can choose to use this as a pocket, or you can just leave it as a photo mat. Totally up to you guys. Excuse me, I've just used my Eco Success Archer punch here. I love that punch. You can leave it plain once again, or you can use any punches, as long as it's not the deep edge punch. If it is a deep edge punch, you'll need to allow a bit more extra for the pocket. Okay, so all I've done is I've measured mine at 7 1/4 by 3, and I've scored it 1/2 inch all the way around. So it gives me a little pocket bit here, and I've maximised the use out of this pocket rather than just cutting it out to size and sticking it down on the sides, because you tend to lose a little bit on either side for your photo mat. Okay, so that just slides in there. Quite easy to make. Alright. Once again, like I said, you don't need to have it. If you don't want to, you can just use that as a photo mat as well. But I like my little photo mats and my little pockets. I like all the little, you know, hidden treasures that you find in mini albums. Okay, so that'll go on your inside. Right, your next page, what I've done is I've just used cardstock for photo mats. I wanted to do this for people that don't have the acetate for the bags, the little bags, or you can use photo slips as well in there. You can use numerous things, but this is for people basically that don't have this on hand. The reason why I made this mini is for people, you know, to use up what they do have. So I've just done it in plain cardstock. Okay, so you'll need these things, the measurements for that, and this page, which I have done, and it's right over here. Okay, so for the page itself, it measures 5 3/4 by 6 1/4, and then once again you score it in 1/2 inch. Okay, now these measure, you'll need 2 of these pieces, and these are going to be for these photo mats here. Okay, and you'll need these at 5 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then score it at 1/2 inch. okay, on the 5 3/4 line. Right, and 2 of these. Alright, so that was that. As you open it up, okay, you'll have your page here. Then you've got this one here, which has got a little pocket, once again, for the photo mat. Alright, so you will need to get this one right, this way. Okay, so this will be 7 1/4 across by 6 1/4 down. Now you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then 5 3/4. Okay, and then that will give you a little bit of a leeway there for any extra photos and what have you going in there, so that it's not really tight. Okay, and then you're going to do a what is it, mountain valley fold as well. So, okay, so it basically looks like a Z. Alright, so we've got that page done. Then what we'll do is we'll flip over, okay, and you've got these 3 little pockets here, which once again I've done. Okay, so this will be this page here. Alright, so you'll need 3 of these cut out at 5 by 3 and then scored at 1/2 inch. So remember, 3 of these little pieces here. Then you're going to need your page, which is 5 3/4 measured by 6 1/4 and then scored at 1/2 inch on the side again. Okay, so we've done that. Now there's the flips and there's your page. Now what I've done here is put another pocket. It's up to you. You don't have to have a pocket, but you can if you want to. Oh, excuse me. And you can use the same size as you did in the front cover, which is a 7 1/4 by 3, and then scored at 1/2 inch, and that fits in perfectly as well. Okay, so basic, guys. There's nothing hard about this, and that's what I love about it. It's simple measurements, but yet it looks complicated. You know what I mean, when you put it together. And it's not. It's quite simple. So let's get started on putting the pieces together. First of all, we're going to create your front page. What I've done on the back of mine is I've actually laid down the designer paper. And then I added on the front bit. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can put on this bit here and then cover the back up. Once again, your choice. Before, when we put the pages together, the front cover together, before you put your designer paper on, I suggest that you actually put your magnets in first. As always, a must. Okay, so let's get started. I'll get my ATG. With the pockets, you can use your tape or... with your album, you can use ATG tape or wet glue. I find tape or score tape or red line tape. So there's your score tape, you guys would know that. And your red line tape works really well on this as well. But because my adhesive on my tape runner here is super strong, I'm going to use that. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll get started on the front covers. Okay, so you're going to grab your 5 inch piece here and your 6 1/4, or your 11 by 6 1/4. Okay, on the inside here, I'm going to run some tape, alright, right along the score line. So if we go up here, don't hit right on the score line, okay, just leave an 1/8 of an inch, I'd say, before you hit the score line, okay. And knowing me doing it on camera, I won't even make that mark. So, move it over. Okay. Alrighty. And all we're going to do is, you've got a bit of an uneven bit here. That is perfectly fine. That's the way it's meant to be. So the longer piece, you're going to tape down just before that score line. You don't want to be hitting or sitting on top of it, otherwise it won't fold. Okay, so we've got your fold out bits here, and as you see, that's the same concept here. Alright, then what you're going to need to do is put your magnets on either side here. Alright, and then you can add on your tab, or you can put the magnet in the tab, totally up to you, whatever you choose to do with that one. Okay, and I'm not going to put a magnet in mine because I won't be using this. It's scratch paper, that's for my measurements. Alright, so that'll sit like that once it's closed. Okay, so what we're going to do, the next part of it that we're going to do is, you'll obviously do the inside of your paper here, like with your designer paper or whatever paper you're using, and then you're just going to put score tape along here in my case. I'll just get, oh, here you go, some I've just got the, this isn't this is just a cheap one that I buy if I use it for scratch paper, so that I'm not wasting the good stuff on it. Okay, so you put it on all three sides. Alright, and you could probably use 1/2 inch tape on this. Okay, and then we'll just stick those pieces down. Right, like that. And then all you're going to do is just tape it down. Once again, make sure that you've punched it out if you want to leave a punch, or if you want to do a half circle, your choice. And there's your pocket and your photo mats. So all you've got to do is basically just measure out your photo mats to fit in there. Or if you're going to use tags, then, you know, that's fine. Right, so we've done that side of it. Excuse me. Now the next piece we're going to attach is this bit here. Okay, so what you're going to need, I've used, you probably can't see it on here, but I've used my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, to keep that pocket down. You can use wet glue if you like, but I like the look of the little staples. Okay, so I just, as close as to the edge as I could, so I just done 2 staples on either side. Now what I did was actually put my designer paper on and then covered that bit up. I didn't do the back of it until I stapled it, because then I could put the designer paper on top and it won't be as rough, because if you left it exposed on the other side and you did put designer paper on there, you could cut yourself and all sorts of nasties. Okay, so we'll just clench that together. Yeah, and I've run out of staples, of course. So what you're going to do is, once again, you're going to put tape along that edge there. Alright, once again for video purposes. I'm wearing my scissors, and I usually like to cut it rather than rip it off. Okay, now on the inside of it, where you've got your tab, just along here, okay, that's where you're going to stick it down. Make sure it's not hitting the actual edge too closely, because you'll end up, you'll find that it won't fold. Okay. Sorry, I hope I haven't got my head in the shot. Okay, so I'll flip it over. Alright, so that'll be your page there. Okay, so far we've got this action happening. Alright, and we open that up. Now, what I've done for the next page, you could probably do the next one with the 3 in it. I think that's probably, yeah, we'll do this one next. Okay, so what you're going to do is you'll do the one with the 3 photo mats on it. Alright, now there's a couple of ways of doing this. And you probably will do it the way that it suits you. Now I'll just get my page and... Okay, so what you're going to do is put your score tape along there. Now, what you'll do is, before you stick it down to your album, you can decide what you'd like to do. You can put your score lines, remember to put tape on all of these, adhesive tape on all of these. Now, you can put these on top of the page and stick them down and have them staggered. Okay, by staggered I mean you stick one down, then stick the other one down on the inside of it, then open the other one up, the second one up, and then stick the third one on the inside of that second one. Okay, so you'll have a staggered effect. Alright, if you don't want to do that, you can also tuck it behind. So you've got your two score lines and you could layer it on top. And then once again, put your other one on top of that and then over the top. And then what you've done is created the same effect there. Okay, so you could, you know, open one up still at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Alright, so if you're going to do that, you need to put your score tape on the bottom and then stick these pages down as well. I'll probably start from the bottom and then work your way up to the top. Okay. Oh. Just want to make sure. Okay, see how that's stuck on there? You can still open it up. Okay. I'll get my next one on and I'll just lay that one on top of that one. Okay, so I've got that and we've got that. And the next one. Okay, so as you're going along, you're going to need to put more score tape so that the last one will actually stay on there. So I'll put a bit more on there. Doing it this way might be a bit bulkier on the seam, on the spine bit here. But it'll work out fine. And I've stuck mine upside down, but that's totally fine because it's just got the measurements on there. Okay. So make sure you've got your papers up the right way, because what will happen is, I'm doing it this way, but it'll actually sit in this way so that these flip out along there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is use a bit of my adhesive, my tape gun, and that'll hold it all together. So I've got this pocket here and I've just opened it up. I'm actually going to go into the score line here, not sitting directly on top. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Close to it, but not too close so that it would inhibit it closing or anything. Okay. Now, in doing it this way, you will find that these will flip around. You might want to put, I was going to say magnets, but yeah, once it's got photos on there and once you've kept it closed and stuff, it will settle down. And maybe burnish it with your scoring tool, which I cannot find mine for the likes of me, so I'll just use my rub-on tool. Okay, so we've got this done. You've got your 3 flip pockets here. So you can use both sides, which is great. Then you've got a photo mat here, and this is your big opening. Now, what I've done, once again, is I've made a pocket once we've opened it up. Okay. Right, there's the pocket on the inside. I haven't done it for this tutorial, but it's, once again, it's your decision as to whether you want that in there or you just want a photo mat. Okay. So I'll close that over. Now, for the last page, what we're going to do is do the same concept with the bigger photo mats. Okay, but it'll just go the opposite way. So I'll have my 5 3/4 page by 6 1/4. Okay, and I'll show you the other way. Now, with the bigger pieces, if you do it this way, you're going to need to trim off one of the pieces so that they align. Okay. So I'll put my second piece on. Oh, no, if I do my first piece. Okay. So I'll use my score tape on this one. Alright, so with this one, I'm gonna stick it on top. Alright, now like I said, you might actually need to trim these down a little bit so that you have got the same size as your page. Okay, and then there's nothing hanging over. That's what you need. You will find that if you do it this way, that your second piece that you put on there, your second mat, will hang over a little bit. So you do need to take a tiny bit off, I'd say. So let me do that now. Just a slither bit will come off. Put that in the bin. There's no ATG. And make sure that you fold your lines down nice and crisp as well. That'll help with the album staying flat too. Okay, so I've just lined that up on the inside there. Once again, don't get too close to that fold line on the first photo mat. And there you go. Alright, we've already got our score tape along here. And now all we have to do is put the other side together. Okay, open it up. You've got your two score lines here, alright. Do the one that's closest to that big photo mat in the middle there. And there you go. Okay, so you've just made your mini album, alright. So, if I could put them together, it would help a lot, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it. So, by the end of it, you will have your opening, okay, with your pocket on the side. And you can also add your pocket here. Okay, same concept, right? You've got your page here for your pocket. Same thing on the mini album. Okay, so we open that up and we've got our 3 photo flips. 3 photo flips here and 3 photo flips here. Flip them over, we've got our page here, our page here. Okay, we open it up again and you'll find your other 2 flip pages for your photo mats and your other page here. So once again, same concept, open it up and then you get to the middle and you can put your pocket there. So really easy, guys. I hope you get started on it and get making it. I know Gina will. Thanks, Gina, again. And like I said, so easy to make. They do look involved, but once you get it together, it's just amazing at how well it all gets, you know, it comes together. And you can get a few photos in there, and there is journaling places. So, you know, great, make great use out of your scraps, guys. All right, thanks again for stopping by and for watching, and I really hope you do give it a go. And yeah, if you've got the time, put it on YouTube, upload it, and let me know that you've got it up there. I love watching other people's versions or their take on my minis. It's great to see that you guys are getting involved. And if you'd like to see anything, please let me know. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.